Hello and welcome back to Culinary Haven. Today we're making express garlic naan, which goes perfect with your curries or butter chicken or just vegetables and cheese. And today I'm going to show you how to make naan at home. You don't need to have a tandoor to make naan. All you need is a cast iron skillet. And I'm going to show you how to make it very quickly without compromising the quality. Let's begin. So I've gathered here everything we'll need. We need 2 teaspoons of sugar, 1 teaspoon of salt, 120 grams of Greek yogurt. If you don't have Greek yogurt, you need a full-fat natural yogurt. 2 tablespoons of cooking oil, and 75 ml of lukewarm water. That's the wet ingredients. Stir it to dissolve the sugar and salt. Mix it all together. And the dry ingredients. 300 grams of plain flour, 1/4 of a teaspoon of baking soda, and 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. That's it. Sift it in. And since we're making garlic naan, lastly we're adding 2 cloves of garlic. Just mince it or squeeze it directly into the bowl. Now just whisk it all together with a spatula until the dough forms, and then we'll just knead it by hand very quickly. As always, when we're making a dough with baking powder or soda, the less you knead it, the lighter and fluffier the baking goods are. So we'll just knead it until it's soft and pliable, and that's it. We'll just make the dough and make sure there is no dry flour, or maybe it's just even a little bit, it's fine. When we'll transfer it onto the worktop and finish the kneading here. Just a normal way of making any dough. This dough is actually very well behaved. It's not difficult to knead, and this is the exact amount. I'm making a small batch, so you probably noticed not much flour or anything else. So because we're only making 4 naans. If you want to make a bigger batch, obviously double the quantity of everything. I'll get some flour and just very, very lightly dust it on the worktop to help the kneading process, but insignificant amount. And a dough scraper if we need it. You can see that the dough is getting smoother, and it's literally just a couple of minutes and it's done. That's why we call it express naan. Traditionally, naan dough is made with yeast, and it's a process obviously of fermentation, and it takes much longer to make, but this is just as good, trust me. Okay, so in real time, as I'm talking to you, the dough is made. Just the last few seconds, another tiny, tiny sprinkle of flour. With the palm of your hand, push it and pull it back, and that's it. the dough is ready. What it now needs is a little bit of a rest to relax and develop some gluten, because we're going to roll and shape the naans with the rolling pin, so we need it to be stretchy. So this is it. Tiny bit of flour on your hands. Leave it on the worktop. Cover it with the bowl you've used and leave it for 10 minutes. It's been 10 minutes. The dough has nicely relaxed. You can see it's very soft. And now we're going to, see, very easy, stretches easily. Now we're going to divide it into 4 equal pieces, which will be approximately 130 grams each. So now we're going to, here's my flour, a little bit of flour, shape them into balls. And again, we'll give them 5 minutes to relax whilst we're preparing the skillet and the stove. Just cover them with a tea towel and give them 5 minutes. So this is my go-to skillet when I make naan or chapati, something like that. We dry fry them on a medium high heat. So about this high, and make sure that the skillet is very hot before we start cooking. So it's been 5 minutes. Our little dough balls rested, and now we're just going to roll them. So see how soft, lovely they are. Into an oval, a traditional shape. And now I'm going to sprinkle some black onion seeds, also known as nigella seeds, and just press them in with a rolling pin, or just with your fingers. That's it. The skillet will be hot by now. Let's go and cook it for 1.5 minutes roughly on each side. There. The time is up and we're taking it off the heat, and as soon as we've done that, we're going to brush this naan with some very soft butter. Immediately, just the butter is sizzling, transferred, and on with the next one. So whilst one is cooking, the other one is being rolled out. Smells amazing. And the third one. Don't make the heat too high, because it's medium high, because we still need time to cook them through and not to burn them. It's lovely to have those blisters and charred bits, but we don't want them to be burned completely. It needs time to puff up and cook through. That's why it's good to cook them on a cast iron skillet, because it retains and maintains the heat throughout the cooking. Thank you for watching this episode of Culinary Haven, and until next time, bye!